What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of GoldView. I'm your co-host, Eric.
I'm your co-host, Aaron, man. What's going on with y'all?
Man, what's good with it? What's good with it, man? How you been, dog? How the weather been? How life been up there, man? What's happening?
Been hot as hell up here, man. But yeah, life been cool, man. Just doing what I need to do. Keep rolling, man. Yeah, bro. How y'all doing down there?
Doing
I know it's
good,
humid
man.
down there. I know it's humid.
Humid. It's been overcast and kind of like raining, like in the afternoons, mostly or the evenings, so to say. But it's been good, man. Work-life balance been good. Everything been good. And enjoying the summer break, man. Getting out of the house, doing everything we need to do, man. So it's all been good over here, man. I see a lot of interesting stuff been happening in the sports world, and y'all know that's why we here. That's why we in front of these cameras. That's why we in front of this mic. Y'all know we got to give y'all our thoughts, our analysis, our recaps, or whatever's happening in the sports world, man. But this week, the topics are the 2025 NBA Finals reaction, and we also going to get to something a little special later, something creative we thought about to get into, man. So first, we're going to go ahead and get into the topic of discussion, man, the NBA Finals, dog, and how we felt about that, man. What you thought, man? What was your final analysis after 7 games, man? Did you expect it to go 7? Was it what you thought? Because I know a lot of people were saying they was thinking it was going to be a lackluster and kind of boring because it was 2 medium or small market teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it would go at least go 6.
Yeah.
But to go 7, and then I thought the game was going to be a little closer. Fortunately, Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles, that everybody already know. But he was balling before he tore that Achilles.
He was, man. I think we were in for a historic game 7, not from just him, but from both teams in general. I think we were in for a battle.
I did too, man. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. OKC turned up on them in that second half in the game 7, man. They was like, yeah, we might as well go ahead, close this one out, y'all. Like, we already know we're gonna win this one, but in that first half without Tyrese Halliburton, they really gave them their run for their money. But
yeah, man, and they even tried to keep it close, and we still talking about the game 7. Like, even when Halliburton went out, they tried to push the pace. They tried to keep it up, man. They tried to, attack the rim like they were doing, offensive and defensively. But you just can't do it without your leader, dog. It's tough, especially in the game 7. We know what you guys got over there, and Pascal Siakam, and also Miles Turner, who was there, who also just left. But you guys got a squad over there, man. But without the leader of that ship, it was going to be tough, man. And for it to go out and happen in a game 7 and you seeing glimpses of what was about to happen is wild.
Bro, yeah, man. I did think that it was a real tough series. I think it was actually good for the league to see 2 small market teams go to the NBA Finals, take it to a game 7, go back and forth the way that they did.
Two small, relatively younger rosters as well. We know the Pacers are a tad bit older, but man, it was good to see some fresh franchises up in there.
Yeah, and maybe in the next couple of years, man, we're gonna get a couple different young talent winning championship a little bit more. But who knows?
Yeah,
you never know. I mean, we still got some of the old vets that's still out there, but you never know what's gonna happen.
You never know, man. But I think, what I do think we can expect is the Oklahoma City Thunder to stay in the fold for years to come, man. That young core with Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and SGA, and he just signed his monster contract. And those 2 guys, they probably can get on some team-friendly deal. Granted, we know they still going to get paid, but they can probably get them on some type of team-friendly deals because I think those guys want to play together, man. And I think what we seen that young core do was just nasty, and the hell of a year that SGA had to go Finals MVP, All-Star, all NBA, and then to cap it off with a Finals, championship. I mean, it's remarkable year. Then he earned every bit of every penny he got.
Yeah, was he 22, 23, 20, somewhere around there? I don't know, maybe.
He's young. I think like 24, 25. But and he's young. He went through. This is his 3rd franchise. You seen the work he put in from the Clipper days, and then once he got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder and got over there, man. Man, he just put in the work, and you seeing it just pay off, man. And I think they got him locked up for the next 6 years on a super max deal.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got him locked up in his prime, man. I think that's really something to say. And I, they got something out of that young core that they didn't get 10, 15 years ago with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James
James
Harden.
Harden.
So
But
maybe,
they broke.
the second time around,
They chose the wrong player back then.
yeah, they chose to,
Yeah,
to break it up.
Yeah, but at the same time, with this team, like you said, I do think that we're going to see them in the fold for
Yeah.
the next couple of years, man, because they're
It's a
young.
homegrown, yeah.
Yeah. Then they've been balling together. I mean, so it's just like, yo, we got
Right.
this chip. Like try to go. I know they're gonna try to go back to back next year. I'm
They're
pretty
going to at
sure.
least try. I know we got the Houstons
Yeah.
of the world. I know we got the Minnesotas of the world and stuff like that. And, on the East Coast, Cleveland's and New York's of the world is going to try to challenge that. But OKC, the way they're stacked up and built up right now with that young talent and the chemistry that they play with, I love it, bro. I really do love it. So
I do too, man. That was a really good final series, man. To be honest with you,
it
like,
was. And for
it
SGA
was
to
just
average
good.
30,
Oh
what I'm saying,
man,
average
balling.
30 in the NBA Finals, man, straight balling like that. I mean,
Balling,
shoot.
bro.
So led the team in points and blocks, man. So, he was doing it kind of on both ends of the floor, getting it done. And we already know how silky smooth that mid-range is.
Yeah, bro. Man, and then his layup packages, bro. Every time he go to like he doing something to get the layup, I'm like, bro, SGA just smooth with it, man. Like,
He is smooth. He's smooth with it.
Just straight up smooth. Man, I thought that, to be honest with you, I didn't know he was up there from Canada, man. I thought he was somewhere from down here until I see him on the Olympic team. I was like, bro, SGA from Canada?
I thought you was looking like, yo, what?
I said, bro, we need you on the squad.
For real, man. And the fact it hurts, man. The fact that he was drafted to Charlotte, bro. Granted he went through LA and then, ended up in OKC, man. But
see, that's the
sucks
second
to see another.
time.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Don't get us on this soapbox of just how poorly they just, treated some of these drafts. This year was pretty decent. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the two best teams in the league. One of the worst teams in NBA history.
We don't need to go over there, man. I'm not even going. No.
Not even going too bad. But this was an interesting finals because we felt, well, I felt like the Pacers was going to win. I was saying that from the jump. I thought the Pacers was going to win it in 7, but OKC ended up winning it. But when I seen how they came out, the Pacers came out in game 1. That was a very close matchup, 110 to 111. But me and you talked about it, how the Pacers had 25 turnovers in that game and was able to overcome it because they was shooting well from 3. Their scoring efficiency was through the roof that game. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Thunder even led by as much as 15 in that game. But what we seen when we was looking at it, game 2, Thunder started to hug that perimeter a whole lot more, and they realized, we got to tighten up. We can't be letting them just fire off and be efficient from 3 like they was, especially with 25 turnovers. They were supposed to lose game 1.
Yeah,
they were supposed to lose and then didn't. So, and I think OKC realized that and came back.
Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton continued his game-winning shots throughout this whole playoffs in the finals, man.
Yeah, man.
We could have got one of those in Game 7. You never know.
You never know.
Never know,
and
man.
just the moxie and the energy that he plays with is kind of like a villain-ish kind of reminds you of what remember what we was talking about that too, what Trae Young kind of did, in the Garden about 4 seasons ago, and how he was just embracing, that villain mantra, and it was dope to see, man. And he was performing well with it, so it was very dope to see. Sometimes you get guys being a villain, and the play don't necessarily back up 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because then it started to look like antics, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. But yeah, bro, that was, man. I agree with you.
This final it was dope, man. It was dope to see the back and forth and to see these two well built and well depth, teams go at it, bro. So for 7 games, bro, it was good, until the injury, but it was gonna be It was
Both.
already we got 6 games of just pure back and forth. So it was
Yeah, bro.
it was
It was
solid,
just
bro.
it was a really good final series, man. To see the chemistry between both teams,
Mm-hmm.
like it was pretty dope, bro.
Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, both the teams, before we get off of both them teams, was deep, man. We seen like game 5, the Pacers bench was outscoring the Thunder bench by 20. So we
Yeah,
we we knew it could have been a nice game 7, man, but basketball guys spoke, man, and they wanted SGA to be
yeah, man.
championship,
Yeah,
man. After a hell of
man.
a year like that, I mean, it makes sense.
You think they go back to back?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, bro. It wouldn't surprise me because I think we're gonna have a lot of teams out west trying to scrap and try to fill their rosters and
Yeah,
with serviceable talent when OKC got it all right there. Their core
yeah.
is young, so
And
it's
then
gonna
on
be
top
it's
of
gonna be real interesting.
yeah, and then the East. The East got a lot of injuries right now. I
Yeah,
mean, you
the
got
only team
three
that
guys.
can threaten them that ain't hurt is New York and
Cavalier,
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean the Bucks. I mean they just got rid of Dame.
and they got Miles Turner in the
Turner.
fold, so that's gonna be a
Yeah.
dangerous you
Hmm.
know rim protecting big
Yeah.
man duo down there. We're up there in Milwaukee, so it's gonna be interesting, man. I think it's gonna be real
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
We got,
I
like I
wonder
said, we
who.
got some injuries this year, but I think it's gonna be.
I
Still got
wonder.
Orlando. They in the mix if we can get them
Yeah.
out of the first round. So we.
Yeah.
It's
We
gonna it's,
ain't
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
in the
interesting
mix.
for a few years to come. I think the NBA is in good hand with some of this young talent.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Especially some of the young talent still coming from college and stuff like
Right.
that, bro. Yeah. So
Like I said,
yeah,
I
man.
liked how Houston was able to turn their franchise. That was another franchise that kind of turned it around.
Yeah.
Um, and drafted right and put some of those right players. Detroit's another one that was decent.
Hmm.
So I don't know, man, but I got probably so, man. I think they'll at least be in the Western Conference Finals next year. OKC.
Yeah, I agree with you there, like or very close to it. Either one, like they either go and be in the finals and win, or lose in the final, or get very
He's
close to it.
very close, bro, because
Close
this
to it.
core is just too nice, too young
Yeah,
to really not be not in the fold, bro.
yeah,
I just don't
man.
see it, bro. Barring injury,
Yeah,
God forbid, but I just don't not seeing it, bro. I'm not seeing
I'm
how they
not seeing
not
it
in the
either, bro.
conversation next
Yeah, man.
year, and how SGA is probably going to be in the MVP conversation again.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, speaking of 7-game series, bro, um, I was thinking of something, man. Who you think will win a 7-game series? Who you think will win? 2012 Olympic team or the Dream Team, 1992 Dream Team, man? How you
And
think a series would go stack up? Since we talking about back and forth, how you think a
seven
series
game
like that would
series,
go?
2012 versus 92. That's a good question, man.
But let me go ahead and just break this down, ring off some of the roster of these teams, man, to give it some context, man. So the Dream Team had, of course, great Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Scottie Pippen, Chris Mullin, and Kristen Leitner out of Duke. Bro, that's one hell of a roster, dog. That's one
Yeah,
hell of a
that's
roster, bro. You
roster.
got to respect it.
Yeah, we
I
got
think
to.
everybody on there is a Hall of Famer. Besides Chris
Christian
Leitner, if
Laettner.
I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I
But
mean,
let's go. Let me ring off this 2012 team so we can before we get into this debate. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Darren Williams, James Harden, Andre Iguodala, Kevin Love, Tyson Chandler, and Anthony Davis. Young puck
man,
Anthony Davis.
Davis.
Them some rosters. And it probably would go 7. It really would.
Yeah, I
It
think
really would,
it
bro.
most definitely goes 7. But if I had to choose, man,
And they both was unique because
yeah,
neither of
yeah.
the two guys that were in the GOAT conversation was not the leading scorers.
No, like
They weren't the leading scorers, so it was just
no,
a different element to
because
that
because
Olympic game, man.
everybody had to eat, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just have one person like the best 2 players just
Mm-hmm.
go off, bro. Because everybody's a starter on the Olympic
Mm-hmm.
team, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you can't just have one person do this or the best person just keeps
No,
scoring
but
over and over again. But
can't do it. But what's unique, they wasn't even top 2 in scoring. So
no,
neither one of them was top 2. So now it's just like they not only did they do what you said, but they took a real backseat
and just
and
did
with and
whatever because they know
exactly.
the next person to them can do basically the same thing that they could do. Man, it's just like
You really think they thought like that though? Like you can do what
no,
I can do. That's what I'm saying.
no,
I was about to
bro,
say
but
like you think Mike and
no,
LeBron was like,
but
yeah, y'all just like me.
but nah, bro, not
Especially
like that.
not Mike, bro.
Nah, bro,
He was
but
like,
they
ain't
knew,
nobody like me.
but they knew what type of caliber of player
Hmm.
they got. Like
They
they don't
respected
have
it. They respected.
like
They knew they was the
yeah,
best in the world.
yeah, bro. They wasn't like, oh, he gonna be a like he an actual role player.
Yeah.
Like he like
Right. It's not
bro,
just me.
he's
Like you said, it's not just me surrounded by guys that they just, could get.
yeah,
This is the
yeah.
best of
So
the best in the business.
yeah, man. Honestly, after watching the highlights, man, of both teams were blowing teams out and stuff like that.
Yeah. Both teams
Uh,
had a huge blowout in that 8-game stretch there
yeah,
that they went through. I mean, you had
especially
the
the
Dream
dream.
Team with Angola and Dream
Yeah,
Team.
but especially the dream teams and the way we beat Nigeria was Nigeria 2012. That was
Mhm.
ridiculous. Where Carmelo Anthony was just I don't know how many threes he shot, but he broke a record. I know that.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many threes he shot, but I'm gonna have to go with 2012, man.
Go 2012. Why? Why? Like what? What do you think? Who you think would be
I think the
the
bench.
key matchups?
I think it would mainly be the bench. I think the bench.
Mm.
I think the bench on the 2012 team would be a little bit better than the bench from the Dream Team. I think
See,
that
and
would be the
that's
key.
where we differ because I think the
I
key is
think
opposite. I think 2012 team bench is a little weaker. And
okay.
when we start to get to Darren Williams and stuff like that, I think it can get a little what. Now I know you can. I mean, you line them up with John Stockton, but
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
what
then
we doing?
yeah, I mean, then you also got Carmelo. Was he a
Carmelo,
starter? Yeah. No, he wasn't a
yeah,
starter in 20. He was a starter in 2012.
yeah,
Oh, he was.
yeah. He was a star in 2012.
Okay, I must be thinking the other team. But yeah, man, I think it'll come down to the bench. To be honest with you, cause Kobe and Mike will be battling
Mm-hmm.
throughout that whole entire series, bro.
Kobe and Mike gonna be battling. You probably gonna have Pippen and
And
Bron
Brian,
or Magic and Bron going back and forth.
I think it'll be better. I think it'll
Bird
probably
and
be
Durant.
on the defensive side of the ball. You got to put Pippen on Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, you do, but it wasn't like Magic. They ain't had no bricks in his pocket either. My man's was
Nah, nah.
6'9", 6'8".
Yeah.
So he had to. He could have. They could have threw some bodies at him.
Yeah. But
But you got Clyde the Glide. I mean,
yeah,
you got him
he was
trying to. You
raw
got
too.
James Harden trying to tee up on him. James Harden and Westbrook.
Bro, yeah, they coming.
That's Clyde. But Clyde, hey, coast to coast
real
with it,
close,
baby. Coast to coast.
I mean, so was Russ back then too.
Russ was coast to coast.
Yeah,
Russ was damn sure coast to coast, and he was fierce.
and he way more explosive than Clyde.
I want to say way more. I don't,
No.
look, man,
Clyde was like that, but I'm gonna take.
He
Russ.
was, and his paint work was crazy.
Yeah,
His paint work was crazy.
It was
Flying through the air, bro. I mean, but Westbrook was just explosive as hell. He was explosive as hell.
And then, well,
then we gonna put who? David Robinson and Pat Ewing.
Oh yeah, they go destroy young Anthony Davis.
Then you got Tyson Chandler and Kevin Love. I'm not taking Tyson Chandler and Kevin Love over Patrick Ewing and David Robinson. I think they got better shot making ability as far as Kevin Love.
Cause they gonna spread the floor.
It's gonna be raw down there, dog. And you got Karl Malone.
Yeah, but they gonna spread the floor. They gonna spread.
They are. They gonna try.
They gonna try to spread the floor with them though. Yeah.
They're
But
gonna
it's
try,
just
but
like,
as soon they're gonna try.
yeah. I mean that right. You know what? That might be the biggest factor right there.
That paint work is gonna be the
Yeah.
big. That's gonna be the biggest factor. 'Cause I mean, like I say, do we have Dwight
Well,
Howard?
I think. I
No,
think.
didn't have Dwight Howard.
I
Had
have
Anthony
no.
Davis, Tyson
No.
Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's gonna get rough. It's
If the
gonna get
way,
rough down there.
man, if we had
It's gonna get
bro,
man, dog.
if we had the way Wade on that 12 team, that probably we ain't have him on the 12 team. But if he was, that would probably make that would make the
Over
team look.
who? You gotta take over who?
Hold on, let me think.
Maybe you could throw him in over Darren, but you need point guard play. Darren was a solid point.
Maybe we had Chris Paul. Then we had LeBron James. You can do anything. I was just saying, bro.
Nah, man. Nah.
But yeah, I mean, overall in Game 7, though, I think it'll be close. But I think the 2012 team can pull it out. Cause they got KD too.
You do got KD, but you can't. Larry Bird right there,
Man,
both ends.
bro, he had back problems, bro. He ain't
Yeah,
playing.
at that point in time.
Yeah, he wasn't playing that much.
Nah, he did. He did have back problems. He did have back problems. But I feel you on that, but
And who's stopping LeBron?
you still got Scotty. Scotty could move. It wasn't like Scotty couldn't move.
Yeah, he can move, but do you truly think he gonna stop LeBron?
No, I don't think nobody's gonna stop LeBron. Just like I don't think Kobe not stopping Jordan.
Yeah,
I don't think nobody's gonna stop LeBron, but I think if you throw Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen at him, I think he could get interesting.
Yeah,
I think he can get crowded down there. So man, that'd be interesting, brother. Give me. No, give me the dream team, man. Give me dream team, bro. And I love
the dream team.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the dream team.
We could play. We could duke it out. Damn, we can't be duking it out with 2K. They ain't got that would be dope for them to put the teams on there.
Yeah.
So,
for real.
That shit would be dope. Like, man, put them on there.
Put them on there, dog. Well, I don't even know. I don't want to talk too hard. But yeah, man. Yeah. But that's all I got, man. I would take the dream team, but it's going 7, so it's not like it's going to be a runaway. To go 7, I just think it's going to get physical down there with them rebounds and down there in the paint.
I feel you on that.
The scoring, they're going to have their hands full with the 2012 team. So
I'm going to take the 2012 Olympic team to beat the dream team, man.
All right, man. All right. But yeah, man, that's all I got for you, man.
That's all I got for y'all, man. We went through we gave us our thoughts on the 2025 NBA Finals. All these 20s out here. I was about to say the wrong year. But then we also went through who gonna win in the 7-game series, the 1992 Dream Team versus the 2012 Olympic team. So we gave us our thoughts about that. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Holla at us.
Peace.